You thinking about buying a condominium down here in Florida? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be going over all the top issues that are affecting homeowners, that are affecting the buyers, and most definitely affecting all of the sellers of condo units here in Palm Beach County. So make sure you stick around as we cover all these topics and we address the Florida condominium crisis. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're diving into a very important topic that's affecting condo owners here in South Florida. This is the condo crisis, and it's getting worse and worse with rising insurance costs, increasing association fees, and new assessments coming into play with the new laws in 2025. Condo owners are feeling the pressure, and many of them may even have to sell their units because they just can't survive all of the assessments and all of the extra fees. So let's talk about why this is happening and what it means for current owners as well as potential buyers. All right, so going over the factors that are creating these issues. The first major factor is insurance costs. So the insurance cost for South Florida has been hit hard due to the most recent storms. The two hurricanes that recently hit in 2024, along with the floods and the 30 to 40 tornadoes that spun off of those hurricanes and caused billions upon billions of dollars worth of damage. That has had a huge impact on everybody's insurance rates, but the condos have been affected even deeper and at a higher rate because of the storm surge likelihood and the flood insurance that they have to carry. This is causing their premiums to just skyrocket. Now, insurance premiums for condos have gone through the roof recently. In fact, many insurance companies have actually pulled out of the market or significantly raised all of their premiums. Some owners are now paying a double or even triple the cost from just a few years back, and that's just to cover the risk that the insurance company is taking to insure the property. They're also having coverage issues. You know, some associations are struggling to find enough coverage or any coverage at all for any of their buildings. And this not only increases individual premiums, but also raises the question of whether or not the units are actually adequately protected should a real storm hit. Financial strain on the owners is unbelievable. Condo owners are now being forced to pay higher monthly fees to cover these insurance hikes, and this adds to their financial burden. So think about it. Somebody's in their 70s. They retired, they sold everything, they moved down here, they bought their dream condo, and now they're getting hit with assessments, and their condo fees are now $1,100 or $1,200 a month, on top of if they're carrying a mortgage, on top of their taxes going up, and inflation going up the way that it is. So the financial burden that is being pushed up higher by insurance costs is definitely a huge issue for the condo market. All right, so let's dig a little bit deeper on these condo fees and these special assessments that are hitting all of the condo owners. So this, of course, is the next big issue: association fees, which have been steadily rising, and special assessments that just keep piling up. As costs for building maintenance, repairs, and services rise up, well, so do the condo association fees. And these fees cover everything from landscaping and pool maintenance, but as the building ages, then repairs become more frequent, and of course, they become way more costly. And now we have new assessments coming because of the reserve issue. In 2025, new legislation is going to be passed. Since the post-Surfside tragedy, many condo associations are facing mandatory inspections and updates to their buildings, especially for the structural integrity of the actual condo unit themselves. And on top of that, new legislation says that they have to have reserves for this in the future. And there are many condo associations that discontinued collecting any money for reserves, and that's causing their condo association fees to skyrocket as well. Now, to cover all these costs, of course, associations are issuing special assessments that can range from a few thousand into the tens of thousands of dollars per unit, depending on how much the actual repairs are going to cost. So that is huge, and that's going to cause affordability issues, because for many owners, especially those on fixed incomes, you know, these added fees and assessments are going to make it either difficult or impossible just to continue owning their unit. They're going to be forced to sell. The biggest problem with them being forced to sell is the fact that right now we have a saturated market, and so many units are already for sale. It's going to be difficult for them to recover financially from the money that they have invested in the unit. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about this legislation and the structural inspections that are coming due in 2025. In response to the recent tragedies and the aging condo infrastructure in South Florida, new regulations have been introduced, and this is going to add further pressure on the condo owners. We're going to have mandatory inspections, expensive repairs, and long-term financial burdens for each and every unit owner. Now, Florida has passed new laws requiring condo buildings to undergo more frequent and stringent structural inspections, especially as they age. This is a direct result of safety concerns, but it also comes with a hefty price tag. After these inspections, many older buildings are required to make expensive repairs just to meet the safety standards. And these repairs often lead to large assessments that fall directly on the shoulders of the unit owner. For owners of older condo units, this is definitely going to create a long-term financial burden that could lead to many opting just to sell rather than to face the constant assessment and the rising fees every single month. So when we look at it, what does this really all mean for the real estate market as a whole? Well, we're trending towards a buyer's market in all of the different products. Single family residences are now up over 7 months worth of inventory. Villas and townhomes are in the 7 and 8 months range. And now we have, as a blanket, Palm Beach County with 16 months worth of inventory in condominiums. So we're going to continue to trend that way as more and more unit owners can't afford the assessments that are coming their way or the monthly cost to their condo association fees and the rising cost of insurance. They're going to put their home on the market. So we're going to continue to trend into an even larger buyer's market, and the market might tank. I'm not going to say it is. I don't have a crystal ball, and I don't think anybody else does, but it's trending that way, and that is very, very concerning. Buyers are going to have to most definitely inspect the property and inspect the financials of the condo association. They're going to have to make sure that they're in good financial position, that they have all of their reserves, that the assessments have all been taken care of, that the inspections have been completed, and if there were any repairs that had to be done, that all of those have already been taken care of before they actually close on the unit. That's my tip for the buyers right there. They're going to have to make sure that they do their homework and research, and if you're looking for a condo down here, I can help you do all of that. You know, the future and the outlook for real estate as a whole is always bright. It's better to own it than it is to rent it. That is just the truth, even in the condo sector. And if you're coming down here and you're okay, let's say you sold something up in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, something like that, and you're coming down here, you are going to be at a less financial burden than you were up there with the taxes and with all of the other costs for the home that you sold. So you're going to be okay. And once these assessments and once all of the inspections are done and the repairs are done, you're going to have a property that is going to be beautiful, and it's going to last another 50, 60 years before it ever has any problems or issues. So there's definitely a bright side to what's going on now with the new regulations and everything that the state of Florida is coming in and forcing the condo associations to do. I definitely think that it's going to make things better for the buyers. And that's the situation that condo owners are facing here in South Florida. Rising insurance costs, condo association fees, new assessments. They're all making it harder for people to stay in their homes. If you're thinking about buying or selling in this market, make sure you do your homework. Reach out to me if you have any questions. I'll help you walk through it. I'll help you navigate this process and all of its challenges that it comes with. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications. That way you know every time I drop a new one. And if you want to reach out to me directly, you can call or text to this number right here, 561-320-4433. It's my direct line, and I answer it every time. Once again, my name is Vinny. I look forward to helping you live your Florida dream. Until the next video, I hope you're living your best life.